Are you experiencing panic attacks? Anxiety is hard enough, just feelings of anxiousness, making it scary and difficult to put yourself out there. But panic attacks are far, far worse. Just the overwhelmment of those anxious feelings, just way too much to even deal with, where it just completely stops you in your tracks and you're just so overwhelmed you can't even do anything and you're just having trouble even breathing. Just feeling that you need to get out of there, just feeling that you're going to die and your whole world is caving in. That's a really hard place to be. So this video is about understanding panic attacks a little bit more and some strategies to help you to cope through them and to strengthen your ability to build confidence in life so that you can lessen the panic attacks and start to be able to have some freedom again. Now, in my video about anxiety, I'm going to leave the link below. Help you with some helpful tools with that. And anxiety is very similar. Really, panic attacks are just a kind of a buildup of more fear, more difficulty being with uncomfortable emotions that we don't know how to process through. Over time, when anxiety builds up, just these feelings of having difficulty coping through some situation in the past, the subconscious creates a coping mechanism to help us to be able to deal with the situation of these unbearable or difficult feelings and emotions we don't know how to process. And so what happens is that the subconscious helps you, protect you, to keep you away from these uncomfortable feelings. So anxiety is a really good way to do that. You feel anxiety and it keeps you from putting yourself out there. And but a panic attack, it really stops you in your tracks. And there's really the association of fear that something bad's going to happen, and your subconscious is keeping you thinking it's helping to protect you from something it thinks you can't deal with. Now, one of the things with the anxiety video is I give some helpful tips on associating safety, creating a safe environment to sit with your body sensations and your breathing to create the feeling of safety and build confidence to be with what you feel. Now, panic attacks. Now, with that, it's really important to connect back to your body, to start practicing being with what you feel, and doing this similar to the anxiety meditations. And because panic is so much more overwhelming and it limits our lives so much more than anxiety does, that panic feeling just stops us with whatever we're doing. And so we want to really create a feeling of safety. And we need to really make sure, though, that we're taking care of ourselves. And I think self-care is really important. Really looking at our needs on everyday life, that we're getting enough rest, we're getting enough healthy food, we're giving ourselves enough time to do what we do, so we're not adding extra stressors. And when we need breaks, to take breaks, to really listen to our body. And because if we're building up and building up and building up more and more stress, and we're not doing things to process through those emotions, it's kind of like shoving emotions down. If we have uncomfortable feelings and we do things and do habits, we drink and eat food, we watch movies, we do things to avoid what we're feeling. We always keep busy and distracted. And if we don't like those feelings and we keep pushing them down, where do they go? They kind of go into the emotional filing cabinets of those kinds of feelings, that they'll get shoved down in there. And with like feelings that are very similar kind of vibration. And so what happens when something occurs in life and it's very difficult to deal with, what happens is that these feelings of anxiousness, they trigger the door to open of this filing cabinet, and all the all the experiences from the past, the feelings that we've shoved down, they all explode up all at once, and it becomes overwhelm. So we need to really start taking care of ourselves so we're not shoving more feelings down. And self-care is really important with this. And to really create a good self-care program in your life to make sure you're taking care of yourself. And then sitting, doing a meditation, an awareness practice every day. And very much like the anxiety one, where we're practicing creating a feeling of safety. But it's really important to go into your breathing and to be with what you feel, to practice being in the moment rather than pushing away. Because the habit of resistance, not liking something in life, I don't like this, so I push it away and I want something else instead. I don't like the weather, I don't like what that person's saying. That resistance is supporting anxiety to build up, stress to build up, and it's supporting panic attacks to happen more, because we then live life through the perception of life is not working very well, life is stressful, life is against me, and that builds up over time until it just becomes too much. And then it boils up and explodes up all at once, and we get overwhelmed. So if we practice sitting and going into our breathing, being with what we feel, we'll sit there and our attention will wander. So notice your attention wander, bring yourself back. And as you sit there, go into the body sensations and feelings in your body, and your mind will wander. It's just normal. We're human. Our mind's going to drift off. Our attention's going to drift off onto things. We might even think this is not working, this meditation, I don't like doing this, I got better things to do, or we just get distracted. Bring your attention back. Keep practicing bringing your attention back. And over time, you're going to start expanding and cultivating what you bring your attention back to, your inner self. And as you start building confidence with your inner self and your body sensations and feelings, you'll start to build an inner trust and confidence that you can be with what you feel. You'll start to be able to process feelings and emotions more and more and more the more you practice. Because if you practice at 8 a.m. every morning, being with what you feel, every morning at 8 a.m. you're not going to feel the same way. So you get to practice bit by bit every day, different ranges of emotions, and you get to start making friends, getting used to what you feel, rather than I like these emotions but I don't like those. It's being with all of them. Then they don't build up. Then you're able to process through them as life happens. Then there's nothing to blow up and explode and create a panic anymore. And you'll start to build confidence that you can put yourself out there in life and be with what you feel without it being something you need to be protected from, and your subconscious disconnect you through some coping mechanism to keep you from feeling what you're feeling. Because you'll be able to feel it, you'll be able to be with it. But it takes time to build this practice, to sit, to bring your attention back. It takes a commitment and self-discipline to do this, but it works. Being with what you feel, practicing, accepting, allowing, experiencing what you feel will help you become emotionally competent to be able to be with what you feel, so whatever you do in life, you're able to be with what you feel through the steps of doing it. And that will help anxiety from building up and help panic attacks from arising and exploding out of nowhere. So I hope this helps. My name is Arne Pedersen from Awareness and Health. I'm a mindfulness-based counseling hypnotherapist in Victoria, BC. I do video and in-person sessions, and I offer free consultations for an hour as well for people that are really struggling with these kinds of things, these emotional challenges such as panic attacks, anxiety, and low self-esteem and self-confidence, things like that. And so if you're interested, you can contact me and we can set up the consultation, talk about your challenges, your goals, and the therapy process and how I would be able to help you. But otherwise, I hope you've really gotten a lot from this video with these helpful tips. Give them a try. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and share it if you find that you really liked it and got a lot from it. And so have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.